Good morning, Americans. This is your favorite alien here on the morning of Thursday, March 16th, 2023. Oh boy, March Madness starts today, huh? Hope you got your brackets all done. Yeah. Well, today's commentary is on two things. Your disaster with the Russians over in the Black Sea and the banking crisis. Well, all of those is because you guys ignored two things that you should have done way back. One of them is interfering in other people's affairs. Russia, well, you can't say yay or nay on them. Are they good and they're bad? It depends on how you define good and bad. Are you good and you're bad? It depends on how you define good and bad there too. So both of you can be good, both of you can be bad. But when Russia invaded Ukraine in 2014 and knew they can get away with it when they got to Crimea, so it invaded it back again last year, well, you guys gave them ammunition. And you can't stand by and say that we are not participating in the war because you are. You and the Europeans, the NATO guys, are participating in the war. And you got to decide, what do you want with this participation? Because war is only thought for one thing. One wants to annihilate you, Putin. The other one wants to survive, Zelensky. Okay? And that's it. Forget about the people that are getting killed, both on the Russian side and the Ukrainian side. That is part of war. And I know it's nasty to say, but that's the way my civilization has come to do it. And trust me, we've lost millions to war. You guys haven't even lost 1 million yet to war. We've lost about 2 times your population in war. That's over 660 million souls died in a war for us to defend ourselves against Timushka 3 times. And we've had allies. Like the first time, we wouldn't be here, and I wouldn't be here talking to you, if it wasn't for the insectoids helping us out, like I told you before. But you guys here, you haven't even gotten to the core of your problems. And like I said on the war, the core of your problems with the banking industry is the same thing. Artificial thinking. You have created so much artificial thinking to run your society that you don't even know what your society is about anymore. Until you change the artificial thinking that you have and go back into what is economics? What is economical about our society? How do we have resources? And what are resources? What do we want our society to be? Do we want to be a hut society? Or do we want to be a technological society? Or do we want to be like you religious people? If you really wanted to be religious, there would not be an ounce of change in 10,000 years. You would still be shepherding your sheep and doing everything as they were when you first got religion. Because religion's not supposed to change. But a human or a being, whether you're human, reptile, insectoid, arboreal, whatever it is, even trees, they're alive. Dolphins, whales, they can tell you, if you can communicate with them, that time change. And you have to have a doctrine and adopt to the times and the changes. Because if you don't, you're going to be left as a footnote to history. Like you guys were left to extinction, a footnote to history. But it's up to you guys. What do you want to do about it? There's a lot of things you can do about your banking crisis. There's a lot of things you can do about Ukraine. But you're not doing it because you're treating it as you think of war. And there is no rules of war. There is no taking the people accountable and putting them out there and killing them because they committed atrocities on war. You committed atrocities on war and nobody got killed. The people that, like Eisenhower and people that made decisions on Dresden, or President Truman, who made the decision on nuclear wars. That could be considered criminal, but nobody ever put them to... See what I mean? Because you guys were the winners. This is the problem you have, humans. You got to decide where you are and what kind of society you want. We had to do it. It was hard for us. But we had no choice. We had to change our ancestors' stupid way of thinking, which is exactly the way you got here. This is my comment for today. Good day.